Roger, we are green light for extraction. Ammo weapons resupply inbound.
Lies on HVT, going loud.
Hey guys, it's Jake from AirSplat on Demand, and today I'm going to be going over the Hades Arrow mortar system. This thing is pretty spectacular if you ask me. It caught our eye back in January at the SHOT Show, so today I'll be going over what you're going to get when you order the kit, as well as how to set it up. We got some footage of us using it, and then I'll tell you if I feel if it's practical or not. Okay, so when you open up your box, you're going to have one mortar tube, and not one, but two mortars. I think that's pretty sweet. I was actually honestly expecting only one. What you'll also receive is an extra set of expendable parts. So you'll have spare fins and then spare springs for the fins. As you can see, we already have them already installed. When you actually receive them, they're going to be off. You just got to quick put them together. It's very, very easy. You'll also receive an extra set of burst discs. And these are actually what go on the very bottom, but actually you're going to get punctured and project the mortar. And then you'll also receive two caps. These rubber caps go over the very top, protecting the actual fill valve. Alright, now to actually get this thing charged and ready to go, it's going to need CO2 and water. Now, to actually put the CO2 in, it comes with this handy tool. It takes about one CO2 cartridge to fill up the actual mortar system. Okay, so it's a pretty quick process to get the mortar system up and operational. Basically what you do is you take this very bottom cap off and you fill it up with water through this hole right at the very bottom. Now you have a choice. There's a minimum amount and a maximum amount, ranging from 300 milliliters to 500 milliliters. The more water you put in, the further distance you'll be able to get this projectile to go. After that, you have your burst disc installed. Tighten it down. It doesn't have to be super tight, but you don't want it leaking either. Now, you pull off the top cap, and from there, it's as easy as filling it up and then waiting until it's good. You'll hear it actually when it's about full. Back on, and you are all set. Now, actually launching it is pretty simple. Drop it in, and there, let it fly. The Hades Arrow is not your typical airsoft projectile, so forget anything that fires 6mm plastic BBs. We're talking about a full-on mortar. So with that in mind, you're going to have to exercise quite a bit of caution when using this. So when you're hanging around and drop it down the tube, don't look down the tube. Just use a little bit of common sense. You don't want to get hit in the face with this thing. Now, as far as using it in gameplay, again, be careful if you're going to be using this against another opposing force. Make sure you guys are wearing helmets. I would not want to get cracked in the dome with this thing.
I remember winning one of those manholes. How is that not going to kill someone?
Alright, so I think it's a pretty interesting system. Now, of course, you've seen the majority of the guys who are in the milsim community are pretty much forced to build their own mortar system on their own. So you see a lot of potato gun style projects. Now, as far as how practical it is, I think I could get it to work in a game. I guess my only downside is the projectile is mostly plastic, because after repeated use, I imagine this would take a lot of wear and tear. However, it's a lot of fun to use. I think it'd be worth the investment, especially if you like attending larger milsim games. It's incredibly compact. They have it set up where you're supposed to be able to fit this in any sort of PALS looping or monoly or whatever to carry it on your back. In any case, you could probably find a sling to fabricate and hang on to it. It's pretty lightweight. You can probably carry this around all day. You can have the spare weight, and then as well as carrying an extra mortar, you could easily carry an extra mortar around in an assault pack or something like that. I would probably put the money into it. I think it's pretty neat, and I could definitely find a use for this thing on the field. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this showcase of our Hades Arrow mortar systems. I'll see you next time.